following video / audio you are about to witness / hear this, from being a young lad making drawings to making full-on animations. This is the history of SkyhookEm0 Productions, narrated by SkyhookEm0 himself, the founder, also the voice of Sky. Let's do this. So, back in the early days, when Sky was just a toddler, he started making drawings, and, he loved drawing a lot. So, then he just, then after watching animators on YouTube, he wanted to animate. So, then he just kept drawing even more throughout the years, until in late 2022, Sky ended up getting Flip-a-Clip, his first animation app. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a little recap. So, how it all started was, after Sky just started making a few shitty stick figure animations, and, like, he just started, like, he was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna start my own animation company. We'll just call it SkyhookEm0 Animations, or Productions. Yeah, so, then what ends up happening is, he ends up getting one of his friends aboard named, you know what, I'm not gonna say their name for privacy reasons, but you can go follow them. Their username is Studio Sanpello. You can go follow them right now, okay? Yeah. So then, without further ado, here was my very first two-parter animation, which was actually the first one I finished. Please enjoy. I gotcha, but I'm not gonna pull you up. You're just a poorly drawn version of my friend, aren't you? Goodbye. I just hope that poorly drawn Nick character doesn't show up. Oh, no, you don't. Nobody gets away with hurting my best friend. Ah! Oh! Well, you got me. Was it worth it? Ugh. So, yeah, that was honestly pretty shitty, to be honest. But, I was just a beginner. What the hell? You can't judge me for being a beginner at the time. Yeah, but anyways, then after showing these animations to, his friend, once again, go follow them. Their username is Studio Sanpello. Yes, so, we'll just call them Nick. We'll just call him that. So basically, Sky and Nick, both had a shared a love for animations, because, like, Nick was also a fellow animator at the time, and, like, even though Sky and Nick would bicker a lot, they would still work together. So, basically, then at one point, Sky was just like, you know what, no, I'm upgrading the animation style to these even more shitty, marshmallow guy people that look like the Odd Ones Out and Hamination styles combined. Yeah, so basically then, Sky and Nick ended up using these designs to make concepts for characters, which would later become the four main characters of their very first show, the Cool Dudes. Now, I'm not gonna exactly show you any episodes, because they're now lost media. Well, I still have them saved, but I would rather prefer to keep them lost media. So, then eventually, basically, they would just, like, keep writing scripts together while bickering a lot. Then, until one fateful day arrived, Nick texted Sky a script for an animation. But of course, Sky didn't like it because of their ethnicity differences. Because Sky is part Hispanic, Nick is part Russian. So basically, it was just an animation of Nick's character, also named Nick, forcing my character, also known as Sky, so like forcing Sky to speak Russian. It was Nick forcing Sky to speak Russian. Now, I was just pissed at this. So then I just texted him back by saying, no, please change it to Sky speaking to Sky forcing Nick to speak Spanish. Then Nick was just like then it was just like a very long argument until later. Sky just watched the movie Elemental with his parents. Then as Sky was getting ready for bed, he checked his iPad and saw that Nick had sent Sky an animation, which when Sky watched it, it was literally just the finished animation of Nick forcing Sky to speak Russian, and Sky was just extremely pissed. So then he just texted back, I did not like that one bit. Then Nick just responds unexpectedly, just saying a response back. So like then it was just like a huge argument. Sky just like kept sending death threats. Yeah, I was honestly kind of a psycho back then, to be honest. So I can understand why no one really wanted to work with me. But anyways, then eventually, when Sky's mom just asked Sky, oh, hey, what's wrong? Sky was just like, Nick made this animation that I didn't like. So then when she ended up sending the messages, she was just like, oh no, you're never getting your iPad back, and you're not getting your iPad back until we decide you can have it back, because she checked through the messages, and then she's just like, no, I'm gonna show this to your dad. So then my dad just walks in the room, and then eventually we just so then they just take away my iPad after a long talk. Then eventually, over the weekend, Sky was just extremely still pissed. So Sky ended up drawing out like a little comic saying that showing his plan for revenge. Yeah, I was honestly very vengeance driven back then. But basically then the next Monday at school, I was just like pissed, ready to put my plan in action. Then eventually, every time Nick made like a friendly gesture to Sky, Sky would just ignore it. Then eventually, Sky and Nick's mutual friend, we'll just call her Casey. Yeah, we'll just call her Casey. Basically, Nick ended up explaining to Casey about why I could have been ignoring him, and I guess his ass remembered that it's because of that animation I made, which is probably why he's so pissed. So then Casey just walks over to confront Sky. So every time Casey just like tried to reason with Sky, then when Sky just saw Nick, then Sky just grabs Nick by his hoodie and straight up punches Nick in the fucking face. Now, looking back on that nowadays, the current year is 2026 at the time I'm recording this, I just regret that. I'm just full of regret for that moment. So then, anyways, back to the story. Casey then just snitches on Sky, which then Sky ended up getting written up to the office. which Sky had to talk with the principal. Sky got suspended. Sky got grounded for a year. And yeah, then when I returned to school after my suspension, like, while Nick's friends, Leo and Casey, are just with him, then Nick just turns to Sky and just says, "No, Skylar, we are not friends anymore. Go away." Which then eventually, yeah. So then Sky just lost his one partner after that. But then eventually, after but like that couldn't stop him, because then like Casey ended up joining Sky's team, so they could work on animations together. So Sky finally had a partner again. Though even though they sometimes bickered, hey, they got over it. Yeah, but like to Casey, if you're somehow listening to this, I'm sorry for all those things I said. Yeah. So basically then, and until eventually it was finally summer break, and like Sky and Nick had reconciled and became frenemies. Then basically Casey and Sky would just work on stuff until June of 2024. Yeah, so June, as you all know, is Pride Month. So basically, showing my support for the community, I just drew a little sketch of Sky wearing a rainbow hoodie, well, with a pink background, and it just says Happy Pride Month. So then, when I just sent that to Kenley, Kenley ended up Casey. Shit, I just doxed my friend. So basically then Casey just sees this. So then I ended up getting on a FaceTime call with Casey. She just asked me, "Yeah, why would you do that?" Because Kenley's super Christian. He's a really devoted Christian. So yeah, Christians don't support LGBTQ+, I guess. Well, some of them do, but it's against God. But so basically then Casey then ends up editing it, where then when Casey just edits it, she just sends it to me, and it was just she just edited the Happy Pride Month, and just just edited it so it says hey, and Casey ended up replacing Sky's smile with a frown. So then obviously Sky, or me in this case, was just pissed, extremely pissed that Casey had ruined my art. So then I just send a message that's just insults her, which with the most offensive things to women, without being sexist or anything, no slurs. Basically then Casey then responds with, "I have 3 words to say before I block you. Jesus loves you." Then bam, Casey blocked me, and for a long time, I practically had no friends to collaborate with on animations. So then eventually on one day, Casey just sends Sky a text, then we're saying that she forgave me and that she decided to unblock me. So basically then which once again, Kenley, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for that, once again. Then, basically then eventually came the beginning of middle school for me, 6th grade, because, we're like, before 6th grade, I had planned on making a show called Sky's World. It's a parody of Ed's World. And yeah, so, then came 6th grade, we're like, when I decided once and for all to change the art style to, I once and for all decided to change the art style to the art style we all know and recognize, the more human-like style, where they finally have skin tones and shit. So then, and necks and stuff. Then, so then I ended up making my first animation in that style, which you may all know as Edgy, which that video actually dates back to like 2024. So then it was basically like a parody of this YouTuber named Sonic David's video called, where it was like a parody of the Sonic Movie 3 trailer. So basically I just thought, hey, this shit is so funny, I should probably remake it. Yeah, with my own characters. So then, and until eventually, when I finally got like an email address, I could finally validate my Newgrounds account. So then I just uploaded it to like in March of 2025, which I ended up making a friend named Blasted, which I haven't really talked to him in a while though, but nothing happened between us though. But basically, then I just started making more animations with the new art style, like Sky Bombs the Imposter and stuff. But then like, since I was like, since the new art style was there, I was thinking of making like a new idea for a series that would eventually become Broverse. Then basically, I just spent like, it was just like from August to November, April to November, to like work on the pilot episode. So basically, it just took me the longest to write the script. Then eventually, I had a little friend named Justice come over, who plays Justin in the pilot episode of Broverse. But basically, one day when he comes over, I print out the script and like we both record our lines, which like I just cut out the parts that were just like bad, but that were just bad takes. So then eventually I just put it into Flip-A-Clip and then like I just start animating the pilot episode of Broverse, and then until I finally finished it in November of 2025. I uploaded it to Newgrounds and YouTube. Well, like, I uploaded it to Newgrounds first, but then when I finally created a new YouTube channel, then I re-uploaded it to YouTube along with, like, the first actual episode of the series, where the pilot released in November, the first episode released in December, the second episode released in March. Yeah, I think March. And like, the third episode, I'm still working on it at the time I'm recording this, but, if it's out by the time you're listening to this, then hey, yeah, it was kind of a little bit edgy, but, yeah. So then eventually, now, sometime, like, near the end of 2025, I ended up using my Christmas money to get a better animation app called Toon Squid, which, for people, I would definitely recommend it to people still on Flip-A-Clip, but, though, like, I have to warn you, it's only on iPad, unfortunately. Then, like, I just say, and, yeah, so, that's basically, like, the history of SkyhookEm0 Productions. And oh yeah, I should also say a few bonus parts. Around the time when the 6-7 meme just started blowing up, I changed the name from Skyhook678 Productions. I changed it to SkyhookEm0 Productions with a 0 instead of an O in emo. Yeah, so like, and some other parts. Yeah. So like, at the time I'm recording this, Broverse is still in the works, or at least the 3rd episode is. But yeah, if I accidentally left anything out, then I will definitely record it if I remember it, and just edit it into the finished thing. But yeah, that's just the history for now. But yeah, see ya. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, since this release of this documentary, I have made the major decision. I will remake my older animations from scratch in the newer art style, so that way a newer audience can see them. So yeah, this is what I forgot to mention. But see ya, bye.